Well, welcome everybody. Good to see you once again, and this is this week's news bulletin, as it were. And so, what have we got to tell you? Well, the first thing is that we will be having another service this coming Sunday, and I'm going to go over all the things we need to do for our service to be socially distanced, safe and hygienic. If you've heard this before, I do apologise, but it is important stuff to get right. And so the first thing to say is, if you have a mask, you need to bring it and you need to wear it. The government have now said that it is compulsory to be wearing masks in church. So if you have one, you need to bring it. If you don't have one, we may well have one or two spares for your use, but please don't do this thing. Don't turn up and say, oh, I've got a mask, but I've left it at home, or I've left it in the car and I can't be bothered to go and get it. No, I'm sorry, but it is compulsory now. So bring your mask along and wear it. Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, social distancing. Please keep your distance. 2 meters is still what we should be doing if we are able to do it, and most of the time we are. And if you're coming to church with someone from your household, obviously you can sit with them when you get to church. But if you see your mates at church and you're desperate to have a chat, I'm afraid you cannot sit with your mates. You need to sit somewhere else, and when you come into the church, you will find, in terms of seating, that there are some places with a green tick and an order of service, and other places with a red cross. Here's a thought: sit where you see the green tick and the order of service. Do not sit where you see the red cross. I've jumped ahead there because I should have said, when you arrive at the church and you've put your mask on, or even if you've travelled wearing your mask, but anyway, you get to church, you put your mask on outside the church. When you walk into the church, you'll see there is the collection plate there waiting for you, because we're not going to be passing a bag or a plate round during one of the hymns. We'll come to that in a minute. So please have your collection at the ready when you go into the church. Put it in the collection plate, and then you'll see there is a little station with hand gel and also with antibacterial wipes. Please use one or the other before you take your seat. Okay. Now, what else? Oh, and as I mentioned, sit, remember, where there's a green tick, not where there's a red cross. Alrighty, what else have I got to tell you? Here's a thing. Once you're in your seat, stay there. If you've sat near your mates, yes, you can have a bit of a chat if you like. Please do be conscious, though, if there are people who are trying to say their prayers or prepare themselves quietly for the act of worship. Please don't disturb them. So that's something else to make a note of when you're thinking where to sit down. Yes, we will be offering Holy Communion on Sunday. There won't be any wine, and we won't be using the chalice or any of the gubbins that comes out the safe when we normally have Holy Communion. Instead, I'm going to bring a little Tupperware pot of wafers, which I know the history of. They will have been, by Sunday, they will have been at my house for the last week with no one touching them. That's what we'll be using. People, if you are not ready to come to Holy Communion, either the service, don't panic, I'll put something on YouTube on Sunday, or even if you come to the service but you're not sure about receiving a wafer from me, that is fine, but I will be offering these wafers, and they will be wafers that I've been keeping an eye on over the past week, and I know that no one has touched them other than me. Okay, I've not been touching them constantly during the week, they've just been in a Tupperware pot, but I'll touch them at the service after I've done my hands. You see, there's method in my madness. Alrighty, what else have I got to tell you? End of the service. Please don't start gassing with your mates. At the end of the service, myself and Shirley will go to the back of the church and then walk out of the church, assuming it's not raining cats and dogs. Please follow our example. So please, when you finish saying your prayers, get up and come out of the church, socially distancing all the way. Once you're outside the church, in the churchyard, if you want to have a bit of a chat with your friends, that's fine. 2 meters apart in the churchyard, not a problem. But please do not stand in the aisle of the church, blocking the aisle, gassing to your mates. Okay? Even if you don't want to come out in a safe and hygienic manner, I imagine there will be other people in the church who do want to. So can I ask at the end of the service, when you finish saying your prayers, get up, come straight out, and then that's the moment. If you want to have a chat, that's the moment to do it. There won't be any refreshments, without stating the obvious. No refreshments at the end of the service. Anything else to tell you? Well, I suppose the crucial thing to tell you is where the service is going to be and what time kick-off is. So the service is going to be at North Frodingham Church, St Elgin's Church, North Frodingham. It's a 10 o'clock kick-off. In terms of parking, usually the Cherry family who live next door to the church are quite happy for people to park in their yard, as long as you do them the courtesy of asking in advance. So if you would like to park in the Cherries' yard, and there is a little gate that you can come through from their yard to the churchyard, I'm sure that'll be fine, but do them the courtesy of asking. There we are. So yeah, North Frodingham, 10 o'clock on Sunday. Everyone will be welcome. Yes, I wouldn't worry. I mean, we are limited to a certain number, but the Sundays we've had so far, everyone who's wanted to come along has been able to fit in the church. So, and North Frodingham has got loads of pews, actually. I had a count this morning, 45 different pews in North Frodingham. So I think we'll probably be okay for people. If you want to come to the service, feel free to come. You will be able to social distance safely. I don't think there's anything else to tell you. So there we are. Hopefully I will see you one way or another, either here on YouTube or alternatively in person at Frod on Sunday. Until then, take care and God bless you. Alright, bye for now.